This week on Nerds Who Get Laid Sometimes, the nerds discuss the Avengers Infinity War trailer. They answer a few questions from listeners in the NWGLS mailbag. They give their NerdOns for the week and basically put out a mediocre product, just like every other week. So kick back, relax, and enjoy this episode of Nerds Who Get Laid Sometimes.
Nerds Who Get Laid.
Hey guys, it's Mike, and all of us at Nerds Who Get Laid Sometimes. I'm your host.
No, you're not.
Uh-oh.
I'm tired of it. All
Oh,
right.
shit.
I've listened to multiple weeks of Mike hosting, taking something that I built up and just slowly dismantling it week after week with your
Making it better.
proper pronunciation. You don't nearly mess up the words that I do, okay? You can understand everything you say. You're not condescending to Chuck. You allow him to talk.
I'm sorry. I don't say much.
But shut the fuck up, Chuck. God damn it. See, that's what makes this podcast good, is Chuck not talking. And in the past couple of weeks, he's getting all these sections. He's able to talk. I've heard him speak more in the last 3 episodes than he spoke the entire last year. And our listens have dropped dramatically.
I don't like this old new host shit.
I was on Spotify where we're hosted sometimes. I don't know if you guys know it.
Says the guy who fucking watches wrestling, the whole fucking old guy and new guy for the last 30 years.
Yeah, so
So I guess what you're saying is that Mike Mania is just a drop of sand in the Sahara Desert that is Nate Madness. Is that what you're saying?
you know why? Yeah. I just last week I tried to sit back and just enjoy the ride, and I just didn't.
Yeah,
I like to be the driver. I like to drive.
You don't get fucked.
Yeah.
You fuck.
I fuck, man.
Fuck.
I am definitely throwing the dick down.
That's fine. Chuck, open up.
And
Give me that big old pearly whites.
What's your favorite way to barbecue? Ours is spit roasting.
So with that being said, guys, how's everybody's week going?
pretty good, brother.
It was
Decent.
pretty good.
Other than being ousted, it's been busy, but it's been pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, there's always a chance to get another cute. See, there I am.
Another cutie?
Another cutie.
Yeah, we got another cutie in
You
here.
know, next
Chuck,
week
we need a new cutie. You're gone.
we'll let Chuck take over and
Oh God, no.
host us to the top.
Oh God, no.
How about this?
Yep.
Chuck only. Nobody else here, just
wait,
Chuck.
what did we name that last week? The podcast that's just Chuck.
Weekend at TJ's.
No, Chuck's podcast. You named it, Mike. God. Killing my joke by not letting me remember what you said.
Oh, it wouldn't
So
be
now we're
good.
supposed to remember your ramblings.
All that
Jesus.
momentum that Nate helped us build up at the beginning of this podcast.
Nate, you got to
dead
get this
now.
shit under control, man.
This is what happens when you let Ray speak yet again.
Let me go through 1 week of Facebook messages, and I'll get back to you on that, okay?
Essentially, what the people come to the podcast for is me and Mike talking back and forth and
Yes.
allowing you guys to come in with your bits of wisdom and knowledge. You know, Ray with his just being alive for so long, he's really good at history and trailer trash and country and trailer trash and a lot of stuff that has to do with trailers and trash and things like that. And TJ of the tips and tricks of how not to smile in every picture from the year, like, I don't know, what year were you born? Like 1945? Like all the way till now, like
I was born in the Depression.
yeah.
So
Your smile muscles must be like atrophied or something. Do they even work?
That's why he doesn't have wrinkles. Look how old you are, and you're just smooth face. No happy lines, no crow's feet. Just
It's just one large concern line up top.
Yeah, that is there. But look at Ray. Look at the crow's feet and the smile lines and just the stupid complexion he always has.
the obvious dye job.
Yeah, you can tell that is just for men. Discount products right there. He can't afford the.
Just like Ray's butthole.
What it is, you know what I think actually with TJ being as old as he is, when they used to take photos, it took a long time. He had to sit there for at least 10 to 15 minutes without. That's why most pictures no one smiles, and he just got so used to that.
Yeah.
Well, it was taking pictures with dead people too.
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, someone's dead. Time to take a family photo.
Yeah.
It's not in here. All I see is the human Gandhi feed. Han Favreau. Toys are bust and roast busters.
Now you're getting a little insight to how we
pretty good.
how we named the episode.
Hope I don't give away any future episodes when we're super lazy.
So, guys, we're about to go on to the Nerd On, but before we do that, we just want to remind you, the listener, that besides however you're listening right now, most likely probably through Facebook or maybe Apple.
Maybe a cup against the wall.
Yeah, maybe you're outside listening right now. We're on Spotify now, which is actually probably the most exciting thing we've done in 4 years.
Quite some time.
Yeah, it's easy to find us. You literally just type in Nerds to Get Laid, and there we are at your house. Boner's ready.
You better have food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You asked.
Are you here to, fuck me? No, we were just hard for food.
Yeah. We're just really hoping you'll feed us. And also check out our YouTube. Every once in a blue moon, we post some pretty cool stuff. And rumor around the old office over here is that we will be doing more stuff in the future. It's a big rumor, and I lie a lot, so take it for what it is. But
we haven't. The water cooler hasn't been delivered either, so the rumor mill here at Nerds Who Get Laid headquarters is pretty sparse. And all over.
I hang out by the sink. It's my water.
That's where water comes from. I hang out by the toilet.
I just go over there and splash a couple of handfuls of water in my mouth.
I'm like, would you like an upper decker, splash?
Because
It's
Ray
from the clean part of the commode.
refuses to give us cups of water. It's I don't know, it's weird here. But anyway, so check that out, Spotify. And then also, we do Twitter and Instagram, all accessible through Nerds Who Get Laid.
Yeah, so whatever social media you're on, we do daily questions of the week, nerd related and stuff. So get in there and get involved
Give
with
us
the
some
community
quality because
we need it. We're running out of good ideas.
Yeah.
For real.
All right, with enough about how to listen to us, continue listening to this episode, and we're going to go do our Nerd-Ons.
Get your nerd on. 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 Get your nerd on.
Day. Welcome back to Nerds Who Get Laid, and we're going to talk about our Nerd On. What is a Nerd On? But you may ask.
Big old nerd on.
Big old Nerd On is what Chuck gets every day.
I've had a big one this week.
With that being said, there's a lot of really cool stuff. I know you're probably expecting us to talk about Infinity Wars during the trailer that came out. That will be on news, so fast forward probably about 20 minutes from now. But with that being said,
But also don't do that.
Chuck,
Yeah.
what you been nerding out on?
I actually did a list and it just turned off on me.
Turd.
Damn it. Pretty much.
Oh, you have a list there? A list
Yes.
app on your
iPhone 5?
I had one on my deceased Samsung.
Did you just use a knife and carve what you wanted to into the back of it?
Yeah.
Oh, he just pulled out a T-bone steak that he had seared and a list of things he nerded out on.
But the big three things I've done this week was I've started and finished Jessica Jones season 2. I was talking to Ray about it last night. We're the only two that have actually started and finished it so far.
I'm aware of
so
that.
no spoilers.
2-word review.
Jessica dies. Spoilers!
Nice. Good job.
No, I really enjoyed it. Not as good as the first in some aspects, but I think the themes.
Whoa.
Did we miss what 2 words
Yeah, what
means?
okay, sorry.
When did you learn hell now?
Finished the Dark Tower series also.
We do it better, Nathan.
Amazing. Highly recommended to anybody.
2 words, Chuck.
Shut your face.
Gosh damn, you can't even say
I've been
that word.
watching a lot of toy hunting videos on YouTube also.
Okay.
Lately,
Find any good dildos?
no.
Hey!
How are they hunting? Like, are they using guns, slingshots?
No, it's just these people that just keep
Wallets.
going to
Slingshots is the
Target,
second one you go to?
Walmart,
Is it humane?
Toys R
Is
Us.
it humane hunting? Like, do they destroy
Catch
the
and
toy
release?
when they find it?
A lot of times they'll give them like, well, can't believe they have this here, and they put it down. I'm like, Why? Just fucking buy the damn thing.
And then you can do your review on it
They
on
tag
YouTube.
them and then break into people's houses who bought them and then fucking test them and talk to them and play with them.
They hunt shame them or something. They post their picture on Facebook. I can't believe that he hunted this valuable toy and then opened it.
But
we've tracked down this He-Man, and it looks like he's been kept in a smoke-filled home.
Really?
Oh my god!
This is kind of relates to what you're talking about. Is there's a guy I follow on Instagram who was going into a Kmart that was closing down,
Yep.
and there was a bunch of Simpsons toys on the rack that were just covered in dirt and were all messed up. Apparently, they had been underneath one of the racks for years,
Yeah,
and when they were cleaning up, they found it. So he bought, I mean, like these old school Simpson toys, probably from, I don't know, it is
That's from the old interactive ones. Those, those were about 10 years ago.
Yeah. So I thought that was pretty interesting.
But one of the things, one of the videos, the guy was in a Target, and he was actually went to the bottom shelf, like where the toy aisles are, and lifted it up, and he was finding toys that people had hid under there and forgot to come back and buy. And he found like a couple Transformers that were like 4 years old. They didn't even ring up in their system at Target because they were so old. So it's just
pretty awesome.
I mean, really,
cheaper
you
at that
could just
point,
walk
or-
out with those because I guarantee you they're not in the inventory.
Yeah, they've been,
Some
they've
guy's
been
like,
shrunk
well,
out.
looks like some dumbass kid stole some more toys.
But yeah, that's pretty much what I've done this week.
all right, TJ, what you been nerding
Oh,
out?
wait. What about the part where
What?
you go to Walmart and fucking lift up shelves and shit?
I
have
tried
you
that.
found?
It doesn't work.
Fuck.
Why did you get escorted out, or
No, the bottom shelf won't lift
No,
that
you,
high.
you just weren't
Oh, it will?
lifting hard enough.
well, you might
Yeah.
not be strong enough?
Weirdly think Chuck caused the shelves in the women's bathroom that are actually doors. He was lifting up on them.
Like, if you drill one more hole into the wall of this here women's bathroom, you'll never be allowed in the Walmart ever again.
For at least 6 months.
All right, well, I'll try that trick in Walmart.
I've got a few. Yesterday was St. Patrick's Day, and we had
Good job. That's a great
There she
nerd.
goes.
we had Katie and I had our monthly food party on St. Patrick's Day. So much lamb.
There was a lot of lamb.
It was so delicious too.
I didn't eat a lot.
You really put your neck out there making a lamb stew there.
Yes.
That's a joke because Ray stew involved lamb neck.
So
It
also
sure did.
during this, I had the opportunity to introduce Chuck to Irish car bombs
Holy
Not once,
twice.
but twice.
Twice. Or as my grandmother would say, twice.
twice.
We'll put it this way.
was
Later on in the
Hotter
evening,
than hell in there.
Chuck was like talking to himself on a couch across the
I'm
room
fucking
from us.
sitting beside him, and he's just talking away to himself.
No,
like,
yeah, he got that straight. Like within a minute, his face turned beet red.
Yeah.
He started just drenched in sweat. His eyes stopped focusing, and then later in the night, after TJ somehow convinced him to have a second one,
Because he had already had the first one.
He
All
was,
inhibitions were
like-
gone.
Ray and TJ aren't exaggerating. He was sitting in the back of the room, mumbling to himself about God
So
knows
good.
what. Probably
I don't know.
wrestling, underground wrestling.
And you wonder why hobos do it. Well,
Yeah, it was fabulous.
I did not partake in our Irish car bombs.
I did not either.
I've never had one, but I'm not. I can't chug a beer.
I didn't think I
But-
could either, but I did.
Oh, maybe I could.
It goes down very easy.
Ray,
Yeah.
Yeah.
don't make me get on my soapbox about setting limitations for yourself. You can't chug a beer. There's just probably consequences.
Yeah.
Good point.
What she said about my penis.
So I
Because
bought
it's pointed. It's very
and built the Lego Infinity War Hulkbuster set. It's a pretty good set. It's got the new design Hulkbuster. It's got a Falcon figure with it, a Proxima Midnight figure with it, an Outrider figure with it, and it's got a Infinity Stone that comes with it. So, like
And-
all the Lego sets for the Infinity War.
And the Hulkbuster has toe articulation.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome, and I took some pictures compared to the version 1 and everything. So, I'll probably post them on Instagram this week for everybody.
it looks.
They're interesting.
I had the first one. It was a fun build.
Yeah, the
I-
second one's fun too.
I have to
It's
say, I'm just gonna throw it out there. We'll debate later. I like the first Hulkbuster design better.
I did too.
My
Honestly,
pocketbook does too.
Next, Katie and I were continuing our MCU watch through. We made it through Captain America: Winter Soldier, Guardians 1 and Guardians 2 this week.
I'm like excited for you.
Winter Soldier, man, was still amazing, and I remember exactly why it's still my favorite Marvel
I need to
movie.
borrow the 2 Captain America movies because I have not watched those in a long time.
I watched the first Avengers rather recently, but I need to see Winter Soldier. It's one of the most. It's a pretty vicious fight scene. A lot of them between Bucky and Cap.
It was so good
I
watching it
enjoyed it.
again. It's like, God damn, this was so good.
I only watched it in the theater. It's the only time I watched it.
Winter Soldier?
Yeah.
Guardians 1 and 2, I mean, can't say enough about those two.
After watching them back to back, do you have a favorite? I'm just curious.
Guardians 1 for me.
Guardians 1 is better, but because the characters are established in the second one, I think I enjoy it more.
Yeah, I think the story of the first one's better.
Yeah.
Just because it's more of a adventure, a swashbuckling adventure, but the second one has
so much more character building in it.
And just the interaction back and forth, the dynamics.
It's a hard toss-up.
That's what I was asking.
I think
it's a hard sell.
Personally, for me, it's just the third act of the battle of them fighting. It's just... It was almost similar to the first one, but I think the first one did it better. I don't know.
They seem to... The Ronin fight was... I mean, it's two
weak.
scenes, and it's really kind of weak.
Yeah.
I guess I
There's
enjoyed
more
the
of a
way
fight
they
against ego.
did it. I guess, I mean, because there was some cool stuff like that. We're going on about it, the Pac-Man stuff. There was some real fun stuff they did, and
I mean, they're
both good.
That, of course, that scene when that end of that movie too, when it starts with that daddy line from Yondu, and it just goes on. Man, there's not a dry eye in the living room
I think
on
there
that
was
one.
More emotion to the second one than the first one, so I think that's why it's a little better.
I would definitely need to borrow Geo. Nathan, hurry the hell up.
Okay.
TJ, I'm sorry I'm using you as a buster.
I actually grabbed them last night. So.
Hurry up.
Yeah, so chronologically, this is the way we've went. Katie and I have gone through chronologically, and this is the way we went.
Which is the way I'm doing.
Captain America, Iron Man 1, Iron Man 2, Incredible Hulk, Thor, Avengers, Iron Man 3, Thor Dark World, Captain America Winter Soldier, the 2 Guardians movies, which actually come before Age of Ultron, and then, even though they were released later, the timelines are before. And then now our next movie is going to be Age of Ultron. So
downhill starts.
And then, last but not least, I've been making some Hot Toys deals. So I took some... the Phase 1 Echo and 5 sideshow figures I have, they're exclusives. They're kind of worth a bit.
I don't mean to jump ahead, but how did you convince Katie to be okay with the indecent proposal thing?
Oh, she's down for it.
I bet she is down for it.
It's 12-inch toys.
So much utility.
So the first one that I traded the Echo and 5s for is not a figure I'd normally have in my collection, but I've eyeballed it for a while, and it's one of those really cool figures. It was the DX06 Jack Sparrow, the exclusive version.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I should be getting that sometime next week, but it's a really good figure. Look it up.
It's a beautiful figure.
And it's highly sought after, so that's a good trade, because that's pretty much a get whatever you want card, pretty much.
Yeah, if I want to get rid of it later, it's one I can offload pretty quick. The second one, I've been criticized in the past for seeing deals and not passing them on to people, and Nathan especially. So, still sorry about that. But I saw a really good deal on another figure, and I have some money from selling old hero clicks to cool stuff and Troll and Toad. So, got a Hot Toys Thanos.
What?
Yeah, the 360 deal?
350.
350?
Nice.
So I'm gonna use my money from that, get that Thanos, and with the throne.
Hot
with the throne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That thing's gonna look pretty impressive.
Bone Throne.
So
Yeah.
that's my nerd-ons this week.
Pretty badass, man.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna have to build a 1/6 scale death. What is it?
His death shrine
the
from
shrine of death
from the
shrine from
Infinity Gauntlet
Infinity Gauntlet.
series.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh my god! I saw that 3 3/4 inch one and I'm
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
blown away. But yeah. All right, that's mine.
Mike.
Okay, well, this week I started the 3rd season of Ash vs. Evil Dead.
Ooh.
Still carrying the momentum. They're bringing in some new characters in a good way.
Wait, is the 3rd season the newest one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the newest one.
It just started like in March, February.
I think this week will be the 4th episode.
Okay, I thought I was way more behind them. Okay, cool.
No, it's not. It's not too far ahead, but it's just so good. I mean, you know what? If you like Evil Dead, you know what you're getting into. All I can say is a fight with a Deadite takes place in a high school band room. So imagine how just all the fun stuff that is going to happen with that. And also, apparently Ash owns a hardware store.
Of course he does.
So the beginning of it is him looking all badass. You know, like, I have killed with this chainsaw for 30 years. And now I'm going to use it to slash prices. And he starts like karate chopping shitty CGI price. It's just fantastic.
If there's any show that delivers exactly what you want it to deliver, that show has to be it.
It makes no qualms about what it is, and it's so good at doing it. It's such a great show.
If you're not watching it, because I'm not watching it right now, and which makes me a shitty person, but there's a possibility of it not getting a 4th season, so start watching it so we get that 4th season.
Yeah, please do. And I would have watched more episodes, but I've been super busy this weekend, so I only had a chance to watch the first episode. But I would highly recommend it. My next nerd on is I was able to play finally the old Mad Max game that came out a couple years back.
You bought that a long time back.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm only 2 hours into it, but the combat system is Batman Arkham Asylum. Yeah, you get to customize and build your magnum opus, your car. You can customize a lot of stuff as far as like the different body style you use, and then you just use it to just tear ass around the wasteland. You start out in an area called the Great White Desert, which they describe it as the ocean floor, the Pacific Ocean floor.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so there's always like shipwrecks and everything that were formerly at the bottom of the ocean. These people are living out of it. I know I'm 3 years behind, but it's a lot of fun. The game's well done. Firearms, of course, at this early part are very sparse. So it's weird. The gun mechanics are you hit left bumper and then shoot with the B button or the O button, the circle button on PlayStation. So like that's how little you shoot. Is shooting is some off
Weird
off
thing.
map button combination.
Probably would be.
Yeah, but it's a lot of fun. The story is really cool. It reminds me a lot of Rage as well. The game that the guys who made Doom released a few years back, which had a lot of driving mechanics as well.
I remember that one now.
Rage is a lot of fun, and so I would say Skyrim, Batman, and Rage driving mechanics.
What else have they done? Is that the only two things they've really done? Is Rage and Doom, and then that Mad Max game, or
I don't think it's the same company. It's not the same company. I'll have to look it up right now because I don't know.
I thought it was the Shadow of Mordor guys, but I could be mistaken on.
Well, they just released the new Wrath of Mordor, the sequel to that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's a separate team. I know this is super boring.
It gives you an idea of the quality of what they do, though.
Developed by Avalanche Studios and published by Warner Brothers. What else have these guys done? Games. Just Cause, The
Okay, there
Hunter,
you
Just
go.
Cause 2, Renegade Ops, The Hunter Primal, Rumble City, Mad Max, Just Cause 3, and The Hunter, Call of the Wild.
Just Cause.
It's a hunting simulation. So it's Just Cause, a hunting simulation game, and Mad Max.
I don't know,
So-
man. With that track record, that might be a great hunting game.
Well, from what I recall, it uses the Havoc engine, which I believe the Batman
Yeah.
that are along with Unreal. That's neither here nor there, but it's a really fun game. If you have an opportunity to play it, it is quest mission based. A lot of cool characters. You run into a guy named Chum Bucket, who is a part of like the Technomechanica religion, and who agrees to build you your magnum opus. So he hangs on the back of your car, like when your car gets fucked up and you get out of it, he hobbles over to the
Starts
front and
fixing
starts
it.
fixing it. You know,
Nice.
he looks like the dude who
From 300 is what it reminds me of.
You played it?
Yeah, I played it when it came out.
Oh shit, dude!
Yeah, and just a little side note: it's if you Xbox, I know if you do their game subscription,
Season pass.
yeah, it's on there right now.
Oh wow. I would definitely recommend it. And I'm playing it on 360 right now, and it's pretty smooth. I kind of want to go all PlayStation now, but it was a game I bought a few years back.
Yeah,
The last thing I kind of want to bring up, and we can kind of talk about this later if you want, but it's something I'd been researching, lightly researching, but it was based off a Reddit comment. But someone was talking about how, and we may have talked about this already, but how people are starting to kind of hate on Disney because on the down low, they're buying like a ton of IPs
Yeah.
that you wouldn't think that it came in like when they bought Fox or whatnot, and they're putting them in this in the Disney vault and you know removing them from Netflix and all these other places, and pretty much monopolizing access to entertainment. And you know,
Disney, baby.
I wonder if that's stuff they're
Well, do
putting
they
aside for their streaming.
Do they actually have any control over that stuff yet?
I'm not sure. But one of the things that the guy, the gentleman who had mentioned it, and he asserted that Disney has, for the most part, during the 20th century, almost single-handedly shaped copyright law to keep Mickey Mouse out of the public domain.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, they have a lot of control over that stuff, and I mean, like you got to think with Fox, that one's taking a long time because of how huge they are. But for them to buy up smaller things, there's no wait; they just buy it and own it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So if they're buying like shows or rights to shows, and because I mean, I could believe it. We'd have to definitely research it more, but it makes complete sense because especially.
I just didn't know if you guys had heard about it or
Yeah,
not.
I
'cause
haven't
it's-
heard
I
That's the
haven't,
first
no.
I have.
But I think Ray
interesting.
kind of touched it real quick. Is I mean, with them going with their own streaming service, it makes sense they would want to put stuff in the vault so they can roll it out themselves. You know, like next year when they come out with their service.
Yeah,
But,
then-
hey, I mean,
I mean,
like,
it's a good idea.
the Rat's a piece of shit, but they make really good entertainment.
Thank you, Howard Stark. Okay, well, I mean, that's pretty much it. Ray?
All right. Let's see. So this week, like TJ said, he's been watching through the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I borrowed some of his stuff from him and decided, fuck, might as well. So I watched Captain America last night after the party,
First Avenger?
the first Avenger. It holds up real well.
It does.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like jumping with fire behind him scenes and stuff like that that's like meh, but it's still like really good. It's a good movie. Red Skull looks good.
Yeah.
And he was really good.
Yeah, I feel like this was kind of the era where they were forming what would be a Marvel movie, because it seems more like a cheesy action movie with Marvel characters as compared. I love the first one,
Yes.
but
Yeah.
as comparatively to the smoother, more
Shakespearean type Thor or the what you got in Iron Man 1 and 2.
they just seem more streamlined and better produced.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, it comes with
nowadays.
I think they have the experience now. They've literally
Yeah.
tested.
Over 18 films
Yeah.
now, isn't it?
Yeah,
Nowadays.
they've made movies and like just streamlined it, and they've really got the formula down to what makes a good stew.
Yeah. But still, this one was, I think 2011 was when it came out, and I still really enjoyed it. This is the first time I've watched it probably since me and Allison, maybe since me and Allison have been married, because I remember I made her sit down and watch all of them that were out at some certain point, because she'd never watched them. I didn't make her. I think she wanted
Was
to.
it 2011? Or not 2000?
I think it was 2011 or early 2012. But
Okay.
it was very
I thought
close.
it came out earlier than that.
Because 2012 is when Avengers came out.
Yeah, first Avengers 2011. I just checked for
Yeah.
it, but yeah, it was really enjoyable. So I'm looking forward to the next, because of course Iron Man's next. So I'm gonna hop into that. Electric Dreams, Philip K. Dick's Electric Dreams. I talked about this because I'd watched an episode last week, and I've watched almost the rest of the series since then. They're all anthology stories. And there's people like Steve Buscemi's in one of them, Greg Kinnear's in another one. I forget the guy's name, but the guy that played Robb Stark in
Kip something.
Game of Thrones,
Kip Harington.
Kit Harington.
he's in one of them. So like they have some really good actors in these. And again, some of the special effects are fine, some of the sets are fine, but the stories are really good. It's very, very Philip K. Dick. Kind of just weirdy sci-fi
like
stuff.
techno trippy.
Yeah. Some of it's really, really trippy. But I've really dug it.
And what is this on?
It's on Amazon
Amazon.
Prime.
Okay.
It's low budget. It's Amazon.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say it's low budget, but it's low-ish budget. It's lower budget. It's not a Netflix show.
It's Amazon budget.
Yeah, you can tell it's not Netflix.
Gotcha.
But also, we played trivia this week at Hal Patter, and we came in second place again.
Or the first place
loser.
non-cheaters.
Yeah. The girls came out with us, and they thought they were going to decimate us, and they didn't. They came in third place. So,
Fourth place, actually.
Fourth place?
They came in
Yep.
fourth place.
Oh,
Yeah.
well. So,
And when we're so high on our
Losers.
tower, just looking down.
We just got
Exactly,
farther
exactly.
to fall, is all, brothers. Follow
and
'em and crush them.
me and Allison
Mighty girl.
finally took the plunge and ordered Movie Pass. This week.
You
I
guys
thought you were gonna
finally
say did
rebudget-
anal. I was like, whoa.
you rebudgeted for the $16 a month
Yeah.
of Movie Pass.
No more iron lung payments for you, Ray. Gonna get repoed now.
So we're going to try it out. They sent me the email that said it should be here in 2 weeks, but we'll see. I know no one online is getting theirs in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think Katie and I are signing up next week. So.
Yeah, we decided to try it out, see what it does. So you don't have to pay for it till it gets here. So probably will be
bad.
after Avengers. So, which I went and checked for tickets for Avengers, and they fucking sold out in Gainesville already.
Yeah.
All the way to the 1 o'clock in the morning screening. So I'm pissed about that.
Falling out the next day.
Yeah, maybe.
I probably
Maybe.
would anyway.
All right, that's it for me.
All right. So speaking of iron lungs, I watched a pretty cool documentary about a guy that still lives in an iron lung.
I saw that.
Dude, it was good. Like
Last iron lung.
yeah, like has to have a guy custom make all the parts for him.
Because everybody who made them are dead.
Dead or out of business, and
And
they have to buy the old blueprints or like and figure out how they did it and rebuild it now.
yeah, because the iron lung technology didn't need to go past when they figured out the whatever penicillin to stop polio, because that's what people would get polio.
People stopped having the need for iron lungs. It was really weird because I was watching. I just kept waiting for Ray to show up. I was like, every week I'm over here and I see his, and I don't know. It makes no sense, but
Ray doesn't like to publicize.
I guess
I am back when he was Ray Iron Lungs Hancock.
that's actually a pretty good wrestling name, if I do say so.
No, he just used it to increase his lung power, his lung capacity for his strongman act.
So he can
When he was in
blow all the
circus.
dicks away. With that being said, my nerd on is I got a couple things. So the biggest one, my favorite, was me and Marshall.
I think we should say that the guy in the iron lung is like in his 70s. He's a highly successful lawyer as well.
Oh,
He
really?
lives his entire life in this thing.
He's like in it
entire life.
almost all the time. He can leave it for only little bits of
Like
time.
40 minutes a day or something.
It's gotten worse over time. So me and Marshall finally watched Sandlot. Got to watch.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Man, what do you
He
think?
So
loved
good.
it. Loved the Beast and just really just really bought into the movie and the magic of the kids playing. It was exactly what I wanted the experience to be. He liked it as much as I needed him to. I also started playing the Attack on Titan game on PlayStation. It's really good. The graphics, I mean, it looks straight out of the anime. It's done really well.
Press A to rip skin off and attack city.
I haven't got to be a Titan yet, but Eric will, he does morph into a Titan, so that'll be cool when I get to finally do that. But the hovering system of like blasting through trees and attacking the Titans at the back of the nape is really cool. Actually, it's everything you want from. I don't know if any of you guys watch anime, but it's really
I've
good.
seen a couple.
It's I highly suggest it.
Actually, I think I watched a lot of the first season. I never finished it though, because it's
like 10 episodes.
What was it?
Yeah,
maybe I watched way more than that then. But because of it being subtitled, I have to be like, I can't do other things. I have to just watch it. So, and Allison's not going to watch that. So
I think that's why I enjoy it so much. Is like it.
You have to
focus. So you're going to follow the story to the T.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I finished The Good Place. I don't remember if I mentioned it last week or not. I don't think I started it, but man, it was good.
You had to message me about it this week because of it.
The twist was great.
Wasn't it?
So
that's one of my favorite twists in any like comedy.
So this
series
show,
ever.
it's on second season. So we're going to talk about the twist.
Is
real
the
quick.
show over?
No, it's on second season now. So I mean, like it's way beyond spoiler free zone.
What about for those who can't access the show?
You'll forget by then. And I actually read a study. Knowing spoilers does not ruin the experience of what you go to see. They actually say it can enhance it and make it better.
I disagree.
True thing. I agree. I actually had to think about
with
it.
some, but
Yeah.
There's things you don't want to know about, but at the same time, when you know it, it doesn't necessarily ruin it, and it makes you maybe pay attention to little things that are happening
Like
up
the
to those
Sixth
points.
Sense when that was
Yeah.
totally okay
Well,
if I now
that
Batman
movie
Arkham
is-
City.
That movie is mostly about the spoiler.
Yeah.
That's the problem with
Well, like huge things that hinge on a twist to make the experience full. But
spoiler
so,
the show. Let's go. Let's move.
But anyway,
on.
so like we kind of set the premise, like this girl wakes up, she's dead, she's in the good place. Congratulations, Ted Danson is the architect or the angel that has made this place for them to have their life. Turns out she's not supposed to be there. And the show is about her, like, kind of because she's not supposed to be there. She's not a crappy person. She's a medium place, as that she puts it. She just wasn't great, but she
not
wasn't
horrible, but not great.
But because she's there, like little things start happening and become worse. Like giant sinkhole erupts in a restaurant. Trash falls from the sky. Like it's a comedy, so it's silly. And like her soulmate, because you get a soulmate there, he's stressed because he's trying to help her be good. Her neighbor is beautiful
because he's an ethics professor or something in when he was in real life.
Her neighbor is this beautiful lady that is pretty much was super successful, raised billions of dollars for charity, and her soulmate is a Buddhist monk who's like just inner peace.
Yeah.
Anyway. She's not supposed to be there. Turns out the monk's not supposed to be there, and it's all of them running around trying to hide the fact that they're not supposed to be there. Really good. Enjoying the show. Show's great. Final episode, the bad places came. They know she's there. They're going to send her back there to argue, and she finally figures it out. No one's going anywhere. We're in the bad place.
The good place was always the bad place.
The whole time, Ted Danson actually is an architect for the bad place, and man, it's so good.
And he's come up with a new type of hell where this ethics professor has to live with someone and know her lie. And this other person that thinks they're a really good philanthropist is given this Buddhist monk who's actually just some dumbass hip hop kid
Jacksonville,
from
Florida.
Jacksonville, Florida.
He's always name dropping Florida, and it cracks me. He's like, "Yo, man, like my favorite restaurant was this place called Busty Dave's in Gainesville. Man, it was amazing." And he's like, "Bro, I want to go places in life." He's like where? He's like, Tallahassee and Miami. And he's like, "Damn, B, that's deep." Because what's his friend's name is Pill Bottle or something.
Yeah, pill something.
It's just, it's so good, and the twist was so amazing. Like I said, it doesn't ruin it. The show is still great, but when you find out Ted's just like, "Oh, damn it, you got me," and
it was for me it was a Battlestar Galactica style twist. What the fuck?
Yeah, I'll be honest.
Like the Five Cylon thing?
Yeah.
But then it makes so much sense because they're supposed to be in essentially heaven, and everyone's just so stressed because they're worried about everything. It's just running around. Everyone's trying to hide the fact things are going on. And he's like, you know, like they're going to torture themselves. Instead of demons torturing them, I set this up to torture themselves. And then they're like, well, we know now. He's like, oh, no big deal. I'm just going to wipe your memory and I'm going to reset. We're going to try again. And then that's how the show ended. And I was like, oh my God, it was so good. And then I'm like, oh, it's on Hulu. Amazing. No, it's on episode 5 on Hulu.
The first 5 episodes aren't on there because they get rid of them after so much time.
So Hulu, Mr. John Hulu, if you're listening, fuck you.
Exactly. Pissed off guys here.
More than that.
Yeah, because, man, that is shitty. But, like I said, please go on Netflix, hit play. They're about 22 minutes episodes.
It is on Netflix?
Yeah, the first season is.
Okay.
And it's just so fun. It's very. I don't know if you guys ever watched Pushing Up Daisies.
Yeah,
I've wanted to watch that.
I love that.
Very whimsical, fun. It's one of those shows that is so good it's probably getting canceled. The fact it got a second season to me is awesome.
Yeah. Kristen Bell and Ted Danson are two of the main ones, and then Ben, what's his name?
Oh, Adam Scott.
Adam Scott shows up later in it.
Adam Scott gave me my new pet name for Chrissy. I call her Trash Bag all the time now. Because it's just like so many things like that. Like he's like they're at a really nice restaurant eating. He's like, man, this food's gonna make an awesome dump later. Like just things like that.
But it's Adam Scott
just like you,
being a demon.
Yeah, pretty much. He'd say,
being his character from Step Brothers.
Exactly. That's exactly what he is.
Check out these abs.
You got one more, Nathan?
No, that's actually it. So
proud dad moment.
Huh?
Your proud dad moment?
Oh, this was my proudest thing of this week.
I thought it was
so
awesome, dude.
about
I'm
this.
surprised you didn't include this.
Well, it wasn't necessarily a NerdOns. Just was a cool thing. Is
a cool thing.
Yeah, actually, I totally forgot about that. As far as the week, Monday, I took Marshall to the new comic shop in Gainesville that Ray had suggested, and we walk in there, and first thing my son goes, why does it smell so funny in here?
You're in a comic book shop.
Yeah, and there's nobody else in there except for the guy. He's like, I don't know. He's like, a lot of people say it smells weird. He's like, it smells like Play-Doh. And he's like, well, that's what he told him. He's like, well, I'll start telling people that. And Marshall's just walking around the store just yelling at the guy random things like, you got any Black Panther comics? And weirdly enough, they only had 4 Black Panther
comics. They were sold out.
Yeah. Well, like he was like, no.
Every other
Black
little
Panther
kid who's yelling
out.
about how it stinks in this place is bottom.
They had their grand opening last week, and all of those comics, which are like dollar comics or whatever, in the middle of the store, they were all half off. Yeah. That's where I got this big stack here.
But it was pretty funny.
Balled up all the Black Panthers.
So we're walking around,
Marshall,
looking, and he's like, why is there no one else in here? Why is it so empty? And just like,
I love little kids going to the stores like that.
And I was just like, it's Monday. I'm sure people are at work. Like, don't make this guy feel so sad. And actually the biggest rock star moment was he looked up and saw our flyer there. He's like, Daddy, it's your band. Like, because he doesn't get it. And he's like, I want one of those. So
that's hilarious. Well, it's good to know they have those out. That's Bearded Brown Coat in Gainesville that just opened up. If you're in the area, check them out.
But with that, and then we picked up some Black Panther comics, got him some Silver Surfer comics, and he actually sat down, was like reading them, and he started drawing his own comics. So very
nice. Awesome.
He's straight up nerd now, so it's pretty
good.
Cool. Yeah, they're actually really good. Like Ways to Die in Minecraft, and then he did a Captain Underpants one, which a lot of robots, really cool shit. So
very cool.
Thank you for reminding me on that, Chuck.
Sir. Thought it was pretty
Captain
cool.
Underpants is a pretty funny movie on Netflix. It's a total kids movie, but pretty funny one. We're gonna take a quick break. We'll come back with the news.
Ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to introduce you to the newsman of the evening, Jimmy Ray Hancock. Come on now, he's with the news. You're gonna read the news now. Jimmy Ray, he's reading the news. Hey Ray, what type of news you got tonight? Well, I hope it's good. This is Ray with the news. Here we go. Ray's with the news chat. Ray's reading the news chat. Ray's reading the news chat. Ray's reading the news chat.
All right, guys. So we know everyone is looking forward to this. This is the probably one of the 2018's early, so this is probably one of the biggest news things that we've got to report on Nerds Who Get Laid in 2018, maybe 2017. I know you all know what we're talking about. This week at Trivia, we got to meet Bob EMT 69.
Oh,
Yes.
shit, I totally forgot.
Oh my
How did
God.
you forget that?
Well,
there's two things you forgot.
Event.
It's like one of those things like I
Mike's
imagine
taking his pants off right now because he
I thought it was really unprofessional
I
of
thought
us
we dreamed
to keep
that.
like pretending to die and have heart attacks.
But
so
he
that
kept blowing us back to life.
And I mean, his muscles were just increasing real time from each just protein injection he got while saving our lives.
quote unquote saving our lives.
Yeah.
It's like bloodletting, but slightly different.
I feel I'm going to live a lot longer after he blew
Yeah.
me back to life for the fourth time
I
that
feel
evening.
a lot longer.
Yeah.
And guys, we want to go on the record to let you know that at Trivia, Chuck did not show up
That's
as he
true.
does sometimes. So make sure to shame him online
Please.
for this.
Especially
Shame him.
those of you who work with Chuck, shame him vocally and
Absolutely.
in front of other people, especially women.
Throw
Yeah.
pickles at him.
Attractive women.
Highly attractive women who are 17 because he works at Texas Roadhouse.
It's true.
That is true.
Yeah.
All right. So
Bob EMT 69, if you're listening.
You
Thank
blew
you,
us
sir.
away, man. Thank you. We salute you.
Everything I thought from your goofy Jaguars beanie to your goofy jacket.
Hey.
Goofy's a nice word.
I mean, this wasn't Greg Steele we're talking about.
Like your goofy
yeah,
dick.
for real.
It was like, hey, you got a goofy dick.
That wouldn't offend me. I mean, you know,
Gorsh.
Because I heard that come up.
Well, that's all Christy ever talks about is your goofy dick
Yeah.
when you walk into the bathroom.
it's
Probably
like
pissing out of his old goofy dick.
it's like a wacky waving inflatable. You know, it just goes everywhere.
She said she described it more like a crazy straw, but thinner.
Like a pig penis.
Like
Exactly.
a crazy toothpick.
Yeah. All right. So that was the biggest news. I don't know why we're even going on.
I think we're
anymore.
done.
Well, thank you for listening.
We've achieved
check
everything.
us
Have a
out.
good night.
Rate us on iTunes.
Let's call this Bob EMT 69, the episode we quit.
Well, there's also some other news, guys. It's not as important, but Toys R Us. We still got them Toys R Us
Not as
woes.
important.
Not as important. Absolutely, Chuck. You weren't there. You cannot comment on
No,
this.
can't.
So, TJ, tell us a little bit about what's going on with Toys R Us now. We touched
closing.
Well, they actually filed
we touched on it last week,
their
but
paperwork on the 14th. The date our episode aired that we talked
They're
about.
adopting a baby.
So they filed for bankruptcy. They couldn't make their payments to their vendors, and so they're actually going to have to shut their doors. End of an era. I mean, we all have to kind of say, but let's see. They should be closing most doors within the next week to 2 weeks, and they're in the stores that were originally scheduled to close with the closing sales and stuff like that. They're still continuing their sales, from what I understand. But the other stores that are unaffected or that weren't affected under that initial closing, are shutting down.
Bullshit.
Yeah, within
no
a week to 2
sales.
weeks, no sales.
Only reason I cared about this story was I thought I was going to get discounted stuff.
me
I know.
too.
Need money to pay their vendors, man.
Well, go to Tallahassee. You can get a deal there.
You know,
But
if everyone didn't
don't
get
think Tallahassee
discounted
was
stuff, you could save the company.
That's true.
Yeah.
Tallahassee was one of the initial ones that were going to, one of the 180 that were going to close earlier.
Yeah.
So they were starting to run sales, but shut up, Ray. But like Gainesville, Valdosta, stuff like that
Mom
that
runs
weren't
the
on the
sales.
list, they're going to be regular pricing until they close.
Everything in Tallahassee deserves to close because that town is terrible.
Shit.
Yeah. Oh,
All right, moving on. So WWE, we're going to get a new Hall of Famer in WrestleMania 34. and
Several Hall of Famers.
The main one that we're going to talk about today is Chuck's favorite, Kid Rock.
God. He's getting inducted into their celebrity wing, which has the likes of like Pete Rose, among
Donald
others.
Trump,
Donald
Snoop
Trump's getting
Dogg
inducted
is also-
this year.
the Insane Clown Posse.
No, they're not with WWE. But I was like, are you fucking serious? But then I realized the amount of time he's actually worked with the company, like with their tribute to troops, stuff like that. Oh my god, I'm stuttering. He's performed live at their wrestling events.
So overwhelmed by emotion.
And he also was the turning point in one of the eras for The Undertaker when he was the American Badass when he came out on a fucking bike.
Yeah.
And that kind of changed that persona for him. And he is pivotal in the WWE. So I was like, at first I was pissed, but I'm like, okay, I can deal with that because it is significant in a certain character's run for that company. So.
Yeah.
Still Kid Rock.
I know.
I'm really impressed with how you justified that to yourself.
Yeah.
I know. Is that how you justify?
It's the celebrity wing. It's the celebrity wing.
How do you justify Trump getting inducted this year?
Wasn't their last game, advertising some asshole whipping the shit out of their Hall of Fame and saying, "Oh, none of this matters."
Yeah,
and then they induct Chris Rock.
Never.
Yeah, Mike Tyson's this year too, right?
No.
Who else was this year? I know Donald Trump's in there. I know Kid Rock's in there.
Kid Rock is the celebrity inductee. This year it's the Dudley Boys, Goldberg, Jeff Jarrett, fucking Hillbilly Jim.
Goldberg, the wrestler, or their accountant?
The wrestler.
Both.
Ivory and
Miles Goldberg.
They're supposed to be announcing Monday Mark Henry, former Olympic weightlifter, wrestler.
Man. I liked some sexual chocolate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sexual chocolate. Him
Back
and
in
that
the day.
old lady he was making out.
Yeah, I'm wondering why they haven't inducted Leon White yet since last year they did Stan Hansen, so I'm just... But
You know, it'd be
everybody
great if
fits.
his
All the
name
ones
was
that are being inducted this
Dan
year...
Stanson.
Funny. They all have been pivotal in wrestling some way or another.
Chuck's ever done.
What?
He
No,
burned.
they've all been pivotal in some way, so I'm like, they all fit for the Hall of Fame this year. I just wish it was Leon White because...
Chuck is such a goddamn fucking...
What?
He will bulldoze through anything. It is very impressive, guys.
I learned it from TJ. He does it also.
And that is absolutely
Yes.
true as well.
Because Leon White, he's got a heart condition.
Still
He's not expected they're not expected to live much longer.
You have
So I'm
to.
like, I want Vader in the fucking Hall of Fame. But all these guys, Jeff Jarrett for what he's done for wrestling with
Played
TNA.
guitar.
Yeah,
Broke a lot of guitars.
breaking a lot of guitars. The Dudley Boys, one of the most decorated tag teams
Hey,
in
Jeff Jarrett
all
won the
wrestling.
Daytona 500, but 510.
Yeah, but it's
I used to like the
I
Dudley
get it,
Boys.
so
I forget that they're still around.
no, they're not.
They're not.
I think Bubba Ray is doing some stuff, but Devon is pretty much retired now.
Okay.
All right,
Yes.
so that was your
Chuck's
wrestling
Wrestling Corner.
Yay!
Have to
Nobody
insert
listens.
that music, I guess, for that one.
You don't have to.
That's a badass music. So,
That
this
was
is
annoying.
some
What else
movie
is new?
stuff. Spike Lee is looking at possibly directing a superhero movie of Nightwatch.
I thought it was
God.
originally. You said it was a show. That's what I thought
No,
originally was.
It's a movie.
It's a movie, and Nightwatch. Here's how much I know about Nightwatch. Nightwatch was a character in Marvel Comics.
Okay.
That's it.
That
That's
was-
what I know.
It was late 90s.
Yeah, it's mid '90s, and it's like it's,
Spider-Man. He was introduced in a Spider-Man comic,
and
I
it's
believe.
as far as I know, it was an answer to Spawn because he has a very Spawn looking.
Yeah, he does.
Well, you better haul ass to N is for Nightwatch.
I read the Wikipedia. I stopped. Like
Yeah.
it was not interesting
Not
at all.
an interesting character at all. It's another Sony thing that they're throwing more shit out there because they're still
He
doing
wants
the
sticks.
silver and what is it, the black and silver, and I'm just waiting for them
yeah,
to be
that
like,
Venom
yeah,
movie.
we've resurrected the Aunt May movie again.
I would rather watch
Nightwatch.
that at this point because that could be a lot more interesting than Nightwatch.
'Cause, Spike Lee, I mean, honestly, they could do a Prowler film, which
Yeah,
would
Prowler would
fit
be much better.
way better. So I have no idea why this Nightwatch is coming out. What are these guys doing?
Or Cardiac. That would be good.
That would be a good one too. Yeah, absolutely.
Probably
There's plenty
making
of
a
other.
point.
So Wrinkle in Time came out. It has not been doing great. I've had a few people that have watched it and said the acting's the same thing. Acting's good. It looks good. Not a great movie. It seems very childish, which it is a children's book. So I can see that. I haven't seen it yet, but Ava Duvernay, that is the director,
Yeah.
has been. She's going to be working on DC Comics New Gods, which is kind of out of left field.
That
Jesus too.
it's I can't even speak about how left field this thing
The most left field you can get, especially with the direction that DC's going right now.
Yeah.
New Gods or definitely a Jack Kirby designed thing. You have like Mr. Miracles from New Gods, and his comics doing incredible right now. This is also I don't know if this isn't where Darkseid's from, but the New Gods are like that era of things. I believe. Am I off?
Darkseid's in that.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Darkseid, Orion, Metreon, Barda.
Yeah.
All that stuff is in there. So it's just that's why I can kind of see doing it, but on the other side, it's like, good God, you're.
I'm not upset at it at all. It's just like out of left field.
It is. It's
Like throwing shit to a wall and see if it sticks.
it seems like a
that's
good idea.
Nightwatch.
though. Yeah,
This
Nightwatch is that.
okay.
Yeah.
This is. Let's build a story behind Darkseid because we didn't really do it in Justice League, and we talked about him a little bit. Maybe it can explain where Steppenwolf came in and all that.
Yeah, because it's all that kind of stuff. Grandma, what's the
Granny Goodness.
Granny Goodness, and all that kind of. So it's a lot of really weird. Like most people that know DC Comics don't know this side of DC Comics.
So the people that don't know DC have no idea what's going on.
Well, they probably don't most of the time either. Anyway, unless it's Superman or Batman. So
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. But I'm excited about the movie.
I just worry about her directing. And I haven't seen Wrinkle in Time, but from the previews, I didn't think it looked very good. And from all the reviews, it's the same thing.
The
It's
previews had me interested.
I don't know.
They really did.
Well, you were
me
a fan
too.
of the book too.
That's absolutely
true.
true.
You were a fan of the book, Chuck.
I never read the book.
I was.
I thought you said
that was
me.
Ray.
Mm.
Yeah.
The
So-
other bearded guy.
Yeah. The other fat bearded one in here. Come on, TJ. The Joker film. Todd Phillips, who the director of Due Date and Old School, Hangover, and those kind of films, we've talked about this, is working on the standalone Joker film. But it was kind of, I don't know if it was announced, but mentioned that they're going to be pulling from Killing Joke for this. This, I think, is supposed to be just a Joker film, not a Batman film. So, I mean, there are aspects of that you can pull from, but that seems like I don't know, a strange place to be pulling.
That I mean,
you'll still have
Joker.
Batman in there.
the only thing is that kind of Joker origin story, which you can't really trust it because it's the Joker.
Yeah. Which I think is what they're looking at, is the whole like comedian down on his luck
Yeah.
story.
I mean,
If you
I get why
Salt
they're doing.
and pepper,
They
the
always
Killing
do
Joke?
this. It's like when they
That's
make
fine.
these movies, they pull off they go from the biggest books that
Yeah.
are most popular, and and that's the ones they kind of go for the inspiration and pull out of there. I don't know. I was reading some about this one. Now, is this the same one as with Scorsese? Like,
Yeah, I think he's producing it. Yeah, he's not
with
directing
Joaquin Phoenix, like rumored to be.
Yeah, that's who they want to do.
Corner.
to do it.
Yeah.
I would really like to see Tommy Wiseau do it
That
after
was
seeing that
yeah.
audition.
Oh my god!
Wow.
I did read this. I'm curious to how much they'll pull from the origin or
Yeah. Because arguably, I would say that's probably the worst part of the Killing Joke, was the whole origin part of the Joker and all.
It's kind of
I mean, it was interesting, especially like when I read, because like with the Joker, you want him to be defined. At the same time, you don't.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
You want it at the time, but like after the fact, you don't want that.
But
It'll
you know
never
it's
live
not,
up.
But it's not true too.
Exactly.
That's
Like,
the other side of it.
you can't trust what he's going to tell you, and and I guess you just have to take it for what they do. If it's going to be clearly defined, I think it's bad.
Yeah.
If it's more of
like
him
it blurs
telling
the
his
line.
story,
Yeah.
I think that might be more. We'll have to see. It's so far out, and who knows if it'll be.
You
what's
even
gonna
have a
happen.
thing.
That's
yeah.
one of the nice things I liked about the Joker and Dark Knight is it was always
He
a
kept
different
changing
story.
the story, I
Yeah.
felt that was perfect.
That was
Yeah.
so good. Because I was mad at first when he first told the first story, and then he told the other ones. I was like, shit, this is good.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because the Joker should always be an untrustworthy narrator.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And speaking of the Joker, the Batman that Matt Reeves is working on is going to go into production finally in 2019, which means 2020-21-ish.
Yeah.
We'll be getting that.
Not surprised.
So he's still attached because people were afraid that he was going to jump boat. Still got time to jump boat. We don't know anything about Batfleck, about it or not. That's still a ways away. So
This is after Flashpoint comes out, right?
as far as I know, yeah. So,
Not surprised then.
so we'll see. We got a trailer for Fantastic Beast: The Crimes of Grindelwald, which is
Looks
the
really
yeah.
good.
It does. I'm excited about it now.
Very excited for it. I mean, I enjoyed the first one so much.
I was so surprised by it, not knowing that world. Like everyone that I went to see it with knows it,
Yeah.
because Allison, if Katie may have been there, your wife was
Christy
there, Christy
was
was
there.
there. Everyone like knows that world. I've seen the movies. That's it. Once. So I was like, I'm gonna be lost. I loved it. I thought it was great.
I think that's part of it. It was really good because nobody's gonna come behind you and tell you, well, that's not like it was in the book or whatever
Or you
else.
gotta
It's
know
like,
this-
Is
yeah,
no
you got to
book.
know who this is.
Well,
you got to know who this is.
This one, there'll be some of those people because some of this has been hinted around of the, with Dumbledore and Grindelwald, their past connection and everything. This is kind of defining it out, but I know people know about it. But this is going to be, put in, I guess, in concrete. I don't
Yeah.
I don't know the world to the level they do,
It's
but they
still
definitely
a new
talk
story,
about it.
though. It's
Oh,
hinted
yes.
at, but it's a new story.
Exactly. Like, no one knows exactly what happened during those times. You just know that Grindelwald was bad, but Dumbledore and him were they're best
close.
friends. Lovers, I think, actually. And then,
I've heard that.
I think that's one of the things why he's probably having old Newt do some of his work.
Yeah,
for
I think that's why he mentions in the trailer, I can't be connected to this
Yeah.
or whatever
Yep.
else.
so. But man, the trailer looks great. I don't remember the guy's name, but the fat baker
Jacob.
guy, Jake. I loved his character
Yeah.
and that his just being the Muggle that goes through it. And I'm glad to see he's back. I was like, oh, that's awesome.
yeah, he was a really good addition to that.
Because it was one of those things, I knew as the story kind of expanded, you didn't know if they would keep those guys in or it would go with more characters. So
Yeah.
I'm excited to see some people returning. And then, more going back to Hogwarts. That would be kind of cool, especially, back in the day, Hogwarts. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the way they started the trailer out, too, just going into Hogwarts.
And Johnny Depp looks pretty fucking evil.
And that's Jude Law doing
Dumbledore.
Dumbledore,
yeah.
Or
So
like, more
Which are-
handsome door.
Those are some
Oh, God,
heavy
yeah.
hitter actors to have in this, because the Harry Potter films aren't actually the people that
they
are
have
No, they have big
they
British
have
people.
really
yeah.
big British
But it was
actors.
British people, so it wasn't necessarily, as
Yeah.
Americans, you'd be like, I kind of know that guy, but people that watch British cinema are like, oh my God, that's so and so. Like, everybody.
That's true.
Yeah,
Like, but then British people are in everything. They'll do any fucking thing.
That's
they
true.
will.
I emailed a guy, he'll do a movie like that. I'll show up. Yeah, man, of course. Yeah.
Yep, I'm hoping to
And
see
sandwich?
this one in theaters.
Hell yeah.
I missed the first one.
I'm kind of excited to see Johnny Depp take it just because he can be so good or so bad.
Yeah.
He falls into that where he can, he does the like how he does Jack Sparrow thing. It was great when it first came out, but it just became, I don't know, it's
Kind of
like
a caricature.
yeah, it's lost some of the pizzazz. The only movie I've seen that he had did well in the last couple of years, I think it was Black Mass. It was a mobster movie, and he was phenomenal in it. So I'm hoping we
He's
get
got
something
it
like
in
that.
him.
Yeah, he can play scary.
When he
Yeah.
wants to actually act, he's good. But if he falls on the crutch of the Sparrow
I don't
antics,
think he's going to in
I don't think
this.
so. If
It's not the character.
If he goes dark, like I said, like in Black Mass, he was the villain, and man, he was good. He was great as a villain. So I'm very excited to see him take this character and go to that darkness, because I think it'll really make that world.
Well, I'm hoping the director doesn't allow him to just like him and ho his way through it,
I don't think it will, but at the same time, you have to look at. He's also Johnny Depp. Look at actually the backstory of what Jack Sparrow was. Is everyone hated it when he showed up in that outfit and acting like that. They didn't want that. That is not what they wanted. They wanted a more clean cut pirate. They were wanting Johnny Depp essentially.
Yeah.
And he came in with the dreads, the drunk, the accent, and all that, and the Disney. Everybody hated it, but they're like, it's Johnny Depp. He has control, and then it started working. It just worked and became what it is. So at the end of the day, you got someone that knows how to define a character. Even if he showed up and wanted to do something, the director would probably be like, well, it's fucking Johnny Depp.
Is he known as a method actor?
Not a method actor. He's just
Okay.
known as just, I think, a good actor.
Yeah, and he puts himself in.
I don't think he does method. I've never heard of him doing that.
Okay. This is kind of a bummer, but Stephen Hawking passed away this week, which is
Forgot that was this week. Too.
Yeah, it was.
Been a long
It was
week.
earlier this
Yeah.
week. I think it was Tuesday, Monday, or Tuesday.
It was March
Monday.
14th,
Monday.
Pi Day.
Friday.
So
Oh, it
Tuesday.
was. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Or
that's kind of a
Wednesday.
bummer. But he
He was born on the anniversary of Galileo's death and died on Albert Einstein's birthday.
seems about right.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
And then this was kind of one of the biggies this week. We got the new trailer for Infinity War.
Fucking hyped.
And we hated it.
Yeah, for real.
All of us.
I'm hyped at how much
sorry.
I fucking can't stand it.
Well-
I hated how cool it looked in the opening and
Call me hyped.
stupid voiceover of Thanos talking all evil. Fuck him.
the thing that
Yeah.
really pissed me
I'd
off
let him.
is that they're making me wait until April 27th to see this piece
Yeah.
of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
That's the
they
only
put
thing that
all
sucks.
this money into the CGI, and it's just like, fuck you.
And like it's kind of hard to tell that it's CGI at times.
Yeah.
And I like to know when my visuals are CGI.
yeah, I don't like it. Good. And you got Spider-Man all in the trailer. Like, no one likes Spider-Man.
And what's up with like his jokes and being quippy? Like,
Yeah.
just shoot some webs,
Yeah,
man.
you know this.
Nobody
just
came to see this
stupid.
shit.
Yeah,
Or Captain America
and looking all
arm
handsome with the
wrestling
beard
Thanos
and you know,
everything.
long hair.
It's-
Yeah.
Is this over the top? No. This is
I will say
lackluster.
all the hype that I didn't feel for the first trailer was definitely all like the first trailer I thought was okay.
It was okay.
No, I thought that one was the best. No, I'm joking. I hated the first one. I didn't.
I didn't hate it. It just
did
wasn't
not-
what I wanted.
Maybe hate's it's the wrong word. It did not stir any excitement
Yeah.
inside of me. I watched it and I go, okay. It looks like to me like, oh, okay,
When you saw
Thanos
it,
is
you're
here.
like, it's gonna make
Yeah.
money, so it's gonna be a Disney movie. It's
This
gonna be
one
good.
has actually like allowing Thanos to kind of talk and like build like he's he's monologuing over pretty much all the trailer.
get some hints at him and Gamora.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it just
Yeah.
really sets a great tone. The only thing I worry, and I don't think they're going to have the same issue, is it reminds me a lot of Age of Ultron, where Ultron had this very evil, and if
Sound
fucking
to it.
Thanos starts fucking like dad punching people on his shoulders and fucking does the Ultron uncle jokes and shit, I'm
Oh,
going
I'm sorry, I ripped your arm off.
Yeah, yeah.
Dibbity doo-dah.
listen here, boy. I just took a shit. Oh, dad jokes. Like,
one of my favorite things about this trailer is how they can almost everything in it is new footage, and
Yeah.
they haven't spoiled anything for the movie yet.
No.
So there's not anything that was like, oh fuck, I wish I hadn't seen that.
And with the way they do CGI now, too, they could have something that looks a certain way in the trailer, like it's in one place or whatever, or one scene, and then
Yeah.
it's in a totally different
Yeah.
one
Well,
when it
and-
comes out.
and
Like they did with Thor Ragnarok.
Yes, because they didn't have the CGI to his eye busted out and everything in that in the trailer. But also, I was going to say, like, the way they cut it, that beginning scene where Gamora's given her whole spill on what Thanos is, and Tony says, tell me his name again. That's not the same scene. That's a whole different
It looks
place.
like he's in the sanctum.
that's just good trailer.
No, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. But so, what were y'all's most hyped moments in
When they
this
showed the
trailer?
entire Black Order, I was like,
Ooh, that was good.
finally, because you've seen a little couple snippets like of Ebony Maw walking over
Yeah.
people,
And you get that full.
Corvus Glaives, but you see the entire.
Well, you get that full Maul, like you get to see him finally, like that
Oh my
close
God,
up
when
of him. Yeah, when he's like fucking up Doctor Strange, that looked great. That looked
But that
great.
scene with him and with all of them behind Loki.
Yes, that's what
That's
I'm
what
talking
you're
about. You
talking
actually
about.
see
One second,
the entire Black
I
Order.
was afraid Ebony Maw was going to start negotiating doing trade negotiations with other.
Oh,
Yeah.
he kind of does look like one. It's Alf.
I to me is Thanos being in his full armor gear. That when he walks out and he's taking
Yep.
off his helmet, he just looks so fucking badass in like full on gear.
Yeah,
Not as
Yeah.
sweet like dad tank that he was rocking in the first one. You know, like hey guys, just threw some dogs on.
Well, he's still in that through
Yeah.
the movie. But
yeah.
And it just looks like so many people are going to die in this.
Okay.
So many people.
Mike, what's your favorite part?
It was Cap and Thanos. Just
Arm wrestling.
it was. I got a soft spot for Cap, and
Call it your butthole.
it's. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it, but I'm excited. I hope everything turns out.
I have two, and I hate being this guy, but I have two. The first one is when Andy Dwyer's talking to Iron Man and Drax. I'm ready for that conversation to go through the theater.
There's so much I loved about that short little scene in the trailer. Number one, Tony isn't giving a fuck. He is not looking at Peter Quill at all.
Yeah.
It's Spider-Man's little grin.
Yeah.
The whole time this is going on.
And the other one is the very end of the trailer with Spider-Man and Doctor Strange.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, "Hi, I'm Peter," and he's like, "Oh, I'm Doctor Strange." "Oh, we're using our hero names.
Our fake names.
I love
our
that
fake
one.
hero names. I'm Spider-Man then."
Now, I know we're
God
joking earlier,
damn
but I am very excited how much Spider-Man is featured in this trailer. It looks like we're going to get a lot of Spider-Man. And he got that new suit and that the Iron Spider, and that looks amazing.
They're getting to the point where they're eventually gonna have to pass the torch to some other people. So Black Panther's already made his splash big time.
Over $1 billion.
Spider-Man's done good, and everyone likes Spider-Man, and you have Doctor Strange. So these are like
The next three.
I think they're going to be featured pretty heavily.
And we haven't even had Captain Marvel come in yet.
No, yeah, absolutely. She's not even going to be in this film. So, a couple of the things going on with it. Number one, this hasn't even really been mentioned. It was like confirmed, but Peter Dinklage is on the poster.
I hate saying it, but I really hope he's Pip the Troll.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard rumors that he might be Eros, who is Thanos' brother. Yeah, that's an odd one, but he has that charisma. That kind of creepy, yeah. I would hope so. And also, if you're interested and you're in New York or Orlando
Sold out.
willing to go, you might can on the black market purchase one of the AMC 31 hours, 15, 18 movies. I'm not sure what. It's 31 hours.
The full run.
It's not the full run, but you can go see 31 hours worth of Marvel movies, concluding in Infinity War. The only two theaters that are doing it, one's in Times Square and the other one is at Disney Springs.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm sure that's sold out. So,
Yeah. A guy
Crazy.
I work with, he bought one, $75.
did he really?
Yeah.
I know
he
they were
was hoping
75.
more people would do it, and they were sold out like the next day.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, I hear they're starting out with the early 90s Cap. They're doing Fantastic Four 1,
Nice.
2, then the reboot.
Blade.
Yeah, Blade. Then
It's
then
not-
all
it
three
doesn't have
Punishers, including Dolph Lundgren.
X-Men
That's the
Origins.
only reason
The
why I
Nick
want to
Fury
go.
with-
X-Men Origins Wolverine.
The Nick Fury with
Oh, Hasselhoff?
David
Hasselhoff.
Oh,
yes.
Man,
Yeah.
man, we should throw a shitty Marvel marathon.
this is a great idea, guys.
And then Infinity War. Guys, I'm fucking lost.
What the fuck is going on here?
Why is Captain America not wearing a motorcycle helmet anymore?
Why is
His ears
rubber
look
ear?
real?
Why is Johnny Torch white, then black, then Captain America? What the fuck is going on? How many times they recast this?
And where does
Oh,
Nicolas
God.
Cage fit in?
I was waiting for Ghost Rider to come in and just punch the fuck out of Thanos, and it never happened.
Son of a bitch.
He's got to have some sins that you could fucking exploit.
Hellfire.
So, we are pretty amped for Infinity War, I would say.
Yeah, no, it's gonna suck.
excited.
I hate waiting.
Congratulations for it selling a record fucking sellout for the.
It beat out Black Panther's pre-sales, which is really
I think this
crazy.
movie is going to be because isn't Black Panther is like it's
5
about
weeks
to
at the
be 5
box-
weeks. That's the first
box
movie
office.
that's done that in 9 months.
No,
Or
since
9 years.
Avatar.
Yeah, Avatar.
It's Avatar, yeah.
So it's on its way to beat Avengers.
And it's currently the 7th most highest grossing film of all time.
You know, the only reason it probably won't happen is Infinity War will come out. And
yeah, it'll still be running strong than Infinity War will
I think
drop.
Infinity War is going to hit $2 billion.
2?
I think it'll hit $2
Chuck's
billion.
calling $2 billion.
Nah, I don't think so.
1.5.
That's a lot, yeah.
Black Panther's over $1 billion already.
It's like 1.1 billion.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can do 2 billion.
Infinity War,
Never know.
I would say do like a 1.2, 1.3. There's
Depends
only
on
so
how
much
good
market.
it is.
Yeah.
I think it'll do $2 billion and $1.
See?
Fucking Price is right in you.
Yeah.
All right, so
I'm calling it now. Black Panther's going to beat Infinity War.
Cool.
Mm.
They're gonna call the next one Infinity Panther. And it's just, It's just him whipping the shit out of everything, and Stark's in the background. Hey, what you doing? Shut up! Like,
I am the Black Panther.
what is he? Is he Asian now?
Yeah, man. Duh.
Buraku Pamfa.
Wow. All right, so y'all want to do some mailbags?
Let's do it.
No.
All right, guys. So we got a few questions this week. It's pretty exciting. Let's see. Where do we want to start at? How about the beginning?
Memento this shit.
Nerds chatting on what? Nerds chatting on Twitter are asking, we're currently snowed in. What are your top 3 movies to watch during a snowstorm / blizzard?
The Shining, Miami Vice, The Beach with Leonardo DiCaprio,
Bad Boys,
and Alive.
Oh yeah.
We do not have that happen here.
Mine's the first and second Blue Lagoon.
We'll just
Followed
change
by
it
Lord
to
of
a
the
hurricane
Flies.
movie.
Yeah, what's our favorite hurricane movie? It's probably rum and whiskey.
It's actually going
I
to be
love
the
that.
new movie coming out, Hurricane Heist, where they make a daring bank robbery during a hurricane.
Is that a real movie? 'Cause that sounds
I swear to God, it looks terrible. It looks
It
about as good as you
sounds
think.
terrible.
It's like Sharknado without all the interesting, fun sharks. So it's just tornado.
Yeah, we have the great pleasure of not being trapped in by nature
Ever.
Even with hurricanes, you
We
can still
still
technically
go
go
out.
You go
outside.
outside
Yeah, yeah.
and yell at the storm. Get the fuck out
I went to the bar during a hurricane, so I don't worry about those things.
All right.
though.
Did it hurt when you were flown into the bar by the hurricane wind?
Oh, it's category 4? Well, hell, we can still have barbecue with that.
Eat shot
It's
per
a sex, don't
category.
call me. Gen X Grown Up asked on Twitter also, which limited series is your favorite from DC currently? Doomsday Clock or Dark Knight's Metal? I have not. I think I'm the most comic book guy in here.
Yeah.
And I'm
The most comic book guy.
that's the most
Most
accurate
current.
thing.
It's a terrible grammar. It's not a great thing to call yourself.
That's true.
He's a Simpsons person.
Comic book guy.
in the room. Oh, cheeseburgers and loneliness are a dangerous mix.
I have only read a little bit of the Dark Knight's. What is it? Dark Knight's
Metals.
Metal. I didn't like anything that I've really read from it. It was fine. I like the idea of a lot of it, but I haven't liked any of
I
that.
tried to. I guess the back issues are impossible to get.
They are.
I bought the newest issue. I haven't read it yet because I want to read the back issues first. So
I'll talk
And
to me
unfortunately, DC doesn't have something like Marvel Unlimited.
That's true.
no, I
where you can
Or
read
Movie
back
Pass.
issues.
It actually legitimately makes me so mad. I every once in a while get pissed and go on Twitter and complain to DC that they don't offer that.
Yeah.
This guy
haven't
again.
blocked you yet.
Yeah, I mean, they're probably like, you're the only guy on Twitter asking for it. So obviously people aren't begging for it.
What pisses you off more, that they're not answering or Ice Cube's not answering?
Now, Ray, what's a
Or is it
Doomsday Clock
Ice-T?
again?
Doomsday Clock is where
Ice
they're
Cube.
kind of trying to do the
RT.
Watchmen, roll them into the DC universe.
So that's the second DC Watchmen thing they done, because I remember they had the button.
Yeah, the button was just like kind of teasing it. I think.
Oh, okay.
I only read a little bit of the button.
Tease the
and
button.
then they were like trying to keep it. I missed a couple of issues, so I fell out of that.
Okay, so
The
just
Doomsday
curious.
Clock stuff, I don't know what the release date with that stuff is. I don't know if it's over, if it's still going on.
Because
I
Ray,
haven't
you
heard
were
anything
reading
about
pretty heavy on DC for a
I
while.
was, and then I just fell off again.
So
So
he's like, I'm going to go back to good comics.
yeah,
They probably over at MarvelNews.com they got wind and they were going to cut him off. He went to log in, and they're like,
Hey,
fucking,
Ray, where you been?
They're like, could you
Seriously.
come to our office, Ray?
Where have you been?
we couldn't help but notice that in your fanny pack you have on there. I saw a DC sticker. The fuck is that?
Yeah, we texted you and we didn't hear the familiar schnick of Wolverine's claws as your text alert. What's up with that? Curious.
Oh gosh. All right, Paul Tracy 85 asks on Twitter still.
Wonder how old he is. 85 or 33? I don't know.
What are the top 3 moments that you're most hoping to see in Infinity War? So let's do that.
Chuck lose his virginity.
That's already but
With
not
the
in the
theater
movie.
seat.
This
What
is
are
what Mike wants to see the
What
most.
top 3 scene? Okay, I only have one scene, and that's where old Brucey boy is in the Hulkbuster because he doesn't want to be the Hulk, and he's getting beat up by the Mortal Kombat Goros,
Yeah.
and he's gonna be like, "Forrest Gump, fuck this shit," and fucking flex and bust out of this shit, and like Hulk and just starts fucking whack-a-mole. Knocking the shit out of these dudes, kicking them across, like they're taking parts of the Hulkbuster and beating the shit out of everybody. That's what I want to see. And, I want to see when Thanos has got his big fucking meaty sausage fingers and he's pushing in on Captain America, and Captain's like, then the Star Spangled Banner starts playing. And he starts pushing the hand back and pushes Thanos back into space. And the fucking
Iron
movie
Man's
ends.
like on his knees behind Thanos. They push him up.
Schoolboys.
Yeah, exactly. And there's like, got your nose, Thanos. That's what I want to see. They do that. That's Oscar bait, right there. I mean, they even shaped Iron Man like an Oscar when he turns his jet boots and shoots off towards the ring. The ringu. So that pretty much that.
The giant floating cock ring. That
Exactly. Yeah, I want to see like a big, like meaty, girthy tower for him to like to sail on.
and then it starts rubbing up and down.
Creating energy.
A lot of friction.
And then it just shoots evil juice.
That's how he's going to destroy the world. It's going to terraform the planet.
It's going to ejaculate all the molten
friction.
core out so the world collapses.
I'm about to give the earth.
Just deflates.
I'm going to give the earth a facial.
It's flat.
Oh gosh.
Oh,
okay.
man.
Anyone
So-
else have?
Well, I mean, that's almost as dumb as a robot, throwing a huge city at the world.
Yeah.
I want to see.
It's true.
Okay, go
Go
ahead.
ahead, TJ.
No, you first. Chuck.
The thing I want to see, and they kind of referenced it in the trailer, was Gamora snapping her fingers. I would love to see Thanos do that, but I know it's not going to happen.
I think
And
that's why
half the
they're
people die.
referencing it.
Yeah.
It would be
You're not
so
gonna see
nice
it.
to see it if he actually just and then they're gone.
I want to see on a follow up to Mike's Hulk going whack-a-mole. I want to see him catch up to Thanos, and I want to see both of them going to Pound Town on each other.
I want to see.
Fucking each other.
Yeah.
Going to Pound Town.
I want to see Thanos solo the Hulk. Like the Hulk come up to him and him one punch him. Thanos does
That'd be
that
great,
all
too.
the fucking time.
Yeah.
And I would love like someone super fucking secret because they moved all of this so there won't be spoilers or won't be as many, but something crazy and out there like Pip, Adam Warlock, Silver Surfer, something weird like that. That's just like,
Oh
Can't
man.
do Surfer yet.
you don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know what they've worked out.
The Noid.
I highly doubt that will happen.
Bucky.
But you never know.
I'd lose my shit if Silver Surfer
I love
popped up in
absolutely.
Okay, here's my theory. Howard the Duck is the fulcrum.
that. He's the Soul Stone.
He's he's actually the secret Quackstone.
Yeah.
And he's going to use that. See, Thanos is going to snap
never
his
was thought
fingers,
it was the
and
Soul
then
Stone.
he's going to go quack and blow
Nah,
the
he's
snap
gotta use that
waves away.
Bestiality to get that going.
All right, we got a couple more questions, guys. So let's get through these so everyone can go home. That's listening to the podcast,
Ray, go
hating
home.
us. So Allison on Facebook says, with the new Infinity War trailer, we got something we've all been waiting for: rugged and bearded Captain America, heart face.
Yes.
Please weigh in on the best / worst facial hair and the facial hair you'd like to see within the MCU. So what's the best and worst facial hair in the
Right
MCU?
away, Captain America's beard takes it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Best.
Worst is all of Tony Stark's goatees.
Yes.
Now, I was gonna
I
say
hate his goatee.
Peter Quill's weird ass mustache. That's
Hey,
blonde.
you leave his mustache out of that. He's a
Side-
child in the 80s.
Those sideburns he's got
I
in
love it.
Guardians 2.
He looks gorgeous.
Yes.
You know, facial hair is this raccoon guy. Why does he got to have hair on?
Oh man, that's all.
I
We'll
don't know,
laugh right at.
Thunderbolt Ross. He's got some pretty.
He's got that good.
got a pretty rocking mustache
Yeah, he
in there.
does.
I have seen no bad facial hair. Only a lack thereof. I even like the sexy 5 o'clock shadow Hulk hat in Ragnarok.
Black Panther had a pretty nice little beard he was rocking on there.
Does he have a chin strap or does he have a full beard?
He's got a dick duster. He's got a goatee.
Yeah, I guess the goatee. It doesn't have any. It doesn't connect at the bottom. I can't remember.
no,
I thought it did. I think he has a chin strap.
Yeah, I think it does.
Yeah. Well, it holds his hair on.
Yeah, it got the helmet, the hair
A
helmet.
helmet.
Yeah.
Best facial for me was Obadiah Stane.
Oh yeah, he did have a pretty good. That's going OG, but that is
Oh
good
wow,
OG.
yeah.
Yeah, that
That was a
bald
very
head and
good
that
beard.
badass beard. Yeah.
That's true.
That's a good one. So, what's the facial hair you'd like to see in the MCU?
I like to see more handlebar mustaches.
I want to see
Absolutely.
everyone dressed like the Mandarin.
The Hulk with the maestro thing going on,
Oh yeah.
I want to see Hulk.
What's the maestro thing?
where he's got the Hogan hair,
Uh-huh.
the Hulk Hogan hair, and the
Skull.
like the
He's
big.
pretty much
Oh,
yeah.
skull.
Gotcha. Okay.
He's got
okay.
he looks
Got
like
the
Hulk
skull.
Hogan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like to see some mutton
big
chops.
bushy beard.
Yeah.
Yeah, not enough mutton chops going on here.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Peter Quill's.
We
got
need the
that
Hellfire
unlocked.
Club
Yeah.
to get some decent.
That's true.
Mutton chops
Absolutely
and everything.
true. I wish we would get instead of the when Thanos snaps in the Infinity Gauntlet, half the universe dies or a third or something like that.
Half.
What I thought it was.
3.14%.
What I'd like is for him to snap his fingers and all of a sudden, everyone who doesn't have mustaches and beards gets like a goatee. And then the people that have it
started
don't
it.
have
He
it.
Like Black Widow,
And then they turn evil.
like Black Widow, and
They all just get really shitty,
Everyone
like
with a goatee then at that point is just evil.
Christian youth pastor soul patches.
Oh.
Hey boy, check out my soul patch.
All right, so Katie asked on Facebook.
Billy Ray
So with all the new marketing out for Marvel's Infinity War, and of course the brand new trailer, there are some noticeable absences, mainly Hawkeye and Ant-Man. There's a lot of speculation that Ant-Man is absent due to his upcoming movie.
Oh, he was in the trailer. He was just very small.
Yes.
But what theories do you have for Hawkeye's absence?
Jeremy Renner hates being Hawkeye.
And I hate him being Hawkeye, so it's,
I don't mind him.
I think Hawkeye's out of the game at this point. I think he's
like,
taking
fuck
a
it.
timeout.
I'm old.
Yeah, I'm hanging out at
I'm
my
out.
farm.
He has just as much a reason to be there, or as Black Widow.
yeah.
Like, what's you gonna do? Shoot her fucking Glocks at Thanos?
No, but I think she's more of a character that's going to be there, and Hawkeye's she doesn't have anything. Hawkeye's still got his family, so
Yeah.
I think that's going to be part of the thing. He's going to be out of the game, and they're going to pull him back in. You know,
Is he
so-
just hoping that his family's gonna be the half?
yeah.
Have the
I was
Ronin.
about to say when there's that much at stake.
I bet some conveniently placed arrows could really turn the
Yeah.
tide.
I just hope he's
Yeah.
not the big casualty for the movie.
Is,
really,
has
that'd be
Ronin
kind of a waste.
been
Lee Pace. I don't
was
know.
Ronin the pics of the Ronin costume, were they for this one or 4?
Oh no, I have no clue.
I'm
I have
trying to
no
think.
clue.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought you were asking about Ronan from Guardians of
No,
the Galaxy, and
no.
I'm like, he isn't in this that I know of.
No, I'm talking about
Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, I'm not sure because there were pics of him in the Ronin suit, so that may be coming up in this one or that one. I assume he's out of the game. He's not doing it. He doesn't want anything to do with all the superhero bullshit anymore. He's pissed
Well, he's
at
a
everyone.
wanted criminal at this point too.
Yeah.
Was he on Cap's side?
Yes.
Yeah, he was, wasn't he? So yeah. And maybe he's not, because the rest of them are out, because some of them were in the raft and all.
Yeah,
At
he
the
was one
end.
of them.
Yeah,
And so was Ant-Man and
Well,
Falcon.
they got released at the end, though.
Where's
right?
the Cap?
they
Cap
didn't
let
get
him
released.
out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah, Cap let him
So
out.
yeah, so there could be something like that. He could be on the run. So I don't know. We'll see.
Captain on the run.
That it for
Good one.
the bag.
That's it for the bag.
Yep.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for listening to this week's episode of Nerds Get Laid. Like we said, go check us out on all those fun areas like Instagram and
Spotify.
Pornhub. Anyway,
Facebook.
this has been Nerds Get Laid sometimes.
Live Journal.
Be prepared
Hi.
to be disappointed on Pornhub, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like every one of our
Just
significant
jack
others.
off in the mirror, and you'll pretty much know what the video's about. Goodbye, bitches.
Nerds Who Get Laid Sometimes is recorded at the illustrious Big Brown Record Town Studios in beautiful downtown Lake City. Episodes are published each Monday on iTunes, Stitcher, Podbean, and Google Play. You can like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Nerds Who Get Laid. We're at Nerds Who Get Laid on Twitter and Instagram. We're part of the Geeks World Wide podcast network. You can find reviews and articles we write at thegww.com. We're also part of the Modest Pod podcast network. We're on FloridaGeekscene.com and also WeBeGeeksPC.com. Please subscribe, rate, and review us on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and Podbean. You can also check out the show notes for links about things we talked about in this episode. Thanks so much.
This has been a production of the GWW Radio Network. Please don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review us on iTunes, Stitcher, and SoundCloud. Also, check out Geeks Worldwide at thegww.com for all the latest news, reviews, and opinions on video games, comics, movies, TV, cosplay, and more. Geeks Assemble!
Check, 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 check. Gone. Nerd on. Nerd on. Get
See day-o. Daylight come and they wanna go on. Day. See day-o. Daylight come and they wanna nerd on. Come, Mr. Jolly Man, jam on me banana. Daylight come and they want to nerd on. 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot, rum! Daylight come and they want to nerd on. Day, see day, yo. Daylight come and they want to nerd on.